But one country that is apparently still concerned is Chad, which ordered the immediate closure of its border with Nigeria, citing security concerns following this US threat to invade Nigeria. Now, the Chadian president, Mohamed Idris Deby, is believed to have made the move after alleged intelligence suggested that terrorist elements from northern Nigeria were preparing to flee into Chadian territory. Now, military sources in N'Djamena were said to have confirmed that the Chadian army has been placed on full alert, with troops and armored vehicles deployed across key border corridors linking the two countries.
Arise News Channel can confirm that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will announce imminently new ambassadors for critical strategic nations as a multi-strategic approach to stem the Trump threat, and he's directed the service chiefs or security services to conclude vetting immediately. New ambassadors may be appointed as early as next week. Again, breaking news, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will announce imminently new ambassadors, and this might be as early as next week. And security services have been directed to conclude vetting immediately. So this is an update, of course, on the response by the government to designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern and taking action to ensure that they're able to stem terrorism across Nigeria. And also, of course, further diplomatic conversations and diplomatic dialogue with America. I think this is definitely big. And it ties in with what Nikepo Braithwaite wrote. He just talked about her saying appointing ambassadors to help shape global perception. And this is what has been called on this table. Dr. Bati has made some recommendations, even immediately bringing to bear for advice, consultations, some of Nigeria's diplomats, accomplished diplomats who have an experience in this area and can effectively guide the president on how to respond to the United States of America, and of course to continue that cordial relationship that Nigeria has enjoyed hitherto with the United States.
Okay. One of the paragraphs in my column back page of this morning, is devoted to this issue of the appointment of ambassadors. We will recall that the Nigerian government dealt with this, it will appear, months ago. When the Senate looked at the list, the Senate was said to have made its recommendations. The list went back to the president. Nobody has had anything. It's been up to almost 2 years that ambassadors were recalled, and then there's been no action. Now, this is a particular case whereby, you know, the president or the presidency is having a knee-jerk reaction. It's not about the national security meeting. Those meetings are held procedurally to address challenges. But in this particular case, it has taken Trump's allegation to wake up the government. Many of the original names were told on that list. Some of them have died.
Yes.
Some are no longer qualified.
Correct.
The professional persons have even, many of them have even retired.
Yes.
Because of the tardiness of government. Now, the ambassadors are representatives of the government, of the president, directly, under international law and diplomacy. Now, to have left those posts empty, I don't think it's a good thing. But now, okay, knee-jerk reaction, but there will be a lot of cleanup that will have to be done. It's not just to say national security agencies should vet the list. They have to look at that list again and not appoint dead people as ambassadors. They have to be very sure. 2, it should not be job for the boys. Because there is a professional cadre. There is a non-professional cadre. You know, and if you have a list of politicians without experience, now Nigeria needs very experienced people.
Absolutely.
And you know, the thinking should be done in terms of the rating of these agencies. The United States, China, the Court of St. James, being left without a substantive ambassador or high commissioner for a very long time, I think is a major oversight that is inexcusable. Now, our neighboring countries, you may think if they post you to Togo, you may think it's not an important assignment. It is. All these neighboring countries, Togo, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, you know, they are very strategic positions. And then the EU, you know, but in any case. So it's important that professionalism is recognized. Many of these embassies have been under the control of councillors and charge d'affaires who have limited authority. Now there is also the issue of funding. at a point, we said we were going to rationalize our foreign missions. Now, because those missions are not properly funded, they are not properly maintained. But in other words, I'm just saying, better late than never. But there should be professionalism, including even the security attaches, the defense attaches that they are called, that will be sent there. This wake-up call that I've written about, you know, we see in diplomacy now that some people have said, look, if we have a functioning, you know, fully staffed embassy in Washington, maybe perhaps, you know, the diplomat who is there, you know, who is leading the team, will have been able to at least do some damage control before we got to this level. So this is the issue that I have asked for.
Anyway, we praise President Tinubu because if I talk now, they will say this.
Nobody is stopping
no,
you from
wait,
talking.
the truth is we praise President Tinubu for finally doing this because we've been talking about this for how many years now? 2 years. When will you put in ambassadors? In fact, we spoke about it when this talk started. That if you have ambassadors there, they'll be able to do high-level country-to-country meeting rather than say you want to send some people. Because as of last week, the posture, you can correct me if I'm wrong, was that they wanted to send some people to go and interface with Congress in America. And we kept on saying, there's a need for ambassadors.
Even the Senate had said they were going to Congress.
Thank God you said it with your mouth. That's a fact you said with your mouth. That is the Senate that said they want to go and interface with them. But we're happy. At least we'll have ambassadors that we're able to talk to them one-on-one. I don't want to say that these are the results of the Trump threats, but it is what it is. At least President Tinubu now has said we'll put ambassadors in. So what should be the charge from these ambassadors? Interface. Tell your own part of the story. And also, apart from ambassadors, we must also show that we are ready right here. See, Femi, the reason why we are having all these problems is that we've seen some people support all sorts of things. There's a former government spokesperson that once tweeted in this country that he had no qualms with blasphemy laws. A former government spokesperson. The tweet is out there. Not this government, too. A former government spokesperson.
Name that person, though,
No,
so
it's-
that
it's-
people don't think I'm the one.
Yeah, his tweet is out there, but sure
I'm not the one.
It's not you, Dr. Abati. You
Spokesperson
can't say
to
such a thing
President
now.
Buhari.
We know.
No, his post is out there,
You
so
get
his name is out
the
there.
tweet
name the
is
person.
out
Special
there.
Ahmad for
We don't need
President
to.
Buhari.
So
Ayo.
we are seeing all of these things is happening. You know me, I will tell you the undiluted truth. Some people will not like it. Me, I don't care. It's the truth that will make us free in this country. So these are part of the things Onikepo Braithwaite is talking about. So we now need to, apart from ambassador, we need to fix things internally. Arewa Konzo made a very important point yesterday about having that, judicial panel. Let people come, let's talk.
Yes, let's
sort of
hear
like the
your
Oputa
stories.
panel we had
Yes.
back in the
We
days.
need to
Let's talk.
demonstrate that we're
As for that Israeli woman that they are trying to, God bless that woman for bringing out the videos of how they were torturing a Palestinian. God bless her. No matter the persecution she faced from the right-wing Israeli government, she's a hero forever. Because the truth will come out. Do you know that since the ceasefire happened, Femi, over 230 people have been killed?
Absolutely. Palestinians
In the name of a ceasefire happening. And that's the sad reality of the society we live in. So we need to call a spade a spade. And Madam Saluhu, Mama Saluhu, has sworn herself in after shambolic election. She got how many percent?
98%.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, because you see, we forget that the joke some people call democracy. We forget in a hurry that Saddam Hussein too used to have a political party called the Ba'ath Party.
Yes.
When they had elections with the Ba'ath Party, they used to get over 90-something%. But we can see how it ended. And Africa is not free. Do you know that Don Babaye, the military leader of Guinea, has now said he wants to throw his axe into the elections and run for democratic elections? You can see the joke Africa has become. Democracy is suffering. Our leaders should speak up.
When will Africa speak up? I said on this table that other leaders on the African continent are enablers. Because if you see an obvious sham election and you congratulate and celebrate elections like that of the president, you're part of the problem.